I'm Jaesung. I'm postgraduate after associate in the Department of Chemical Engineering at MIT. I'm very excited to give a presentation today. My work, durational testing of lithium-ion vector cells using 3D quantitative cycles. Let's begin with high level of motivation for this work. Yeah, most of us are familiar with this imaging. It is showing that global greenhouse gas emission from past into future projections. It shows gigatons of CO2 equivalent emissions as a function of time, and these black lines are historical data, and the colored lines and bands are future projections under different scenarios. And the red colored lines and bands are the future greenhouse gas projections when you follow the currently implemented policies. As a result, global average temperature may increase over 2 degrees C. 2 degrees C, over 2 degrees C is significant. Yeah, let's take a look at this y-side figure. It shows when the global average temperature increases to over 2 degrees C, it shows the change in average temperature of closest now. If you see here, dark area, Arctic and Antarctic area, the temperature increased over 10 degrees. So average temperature over 2 degrees C rise is very significant now. So we should decrease the greenhouse gas emission by following these two lines, green lines or blue lines, to limit warming to less than 2 degrees C by achieving net zero greenhouse gas emission. So for that, what should we focus? That's energy. Energy sector is the primary driver for greenhouse gas emissions, accounting for approximately 73% in the core greenhouse gas emission. And I'm focusing on energy storage system. Energy storage system refers to technologies designed to store energy and release energy corresponding to demand. So it includes hydro pump, compressed air, and battery, and etc. And this energy storage system can work in many ways. First of all, it can work with grid services such as frequency regulation or peak shaving, energy arbitrage, microgrid, and etc. And then this energy storage system can stabilize grid under extreme weather conditions during outage or prevent outage. Also, the energy storage system can be combined with renewable energies and can help to manage the intermittency of them. So as a result, you can make a lot of profit from this technology. So in this presentation, I will cover three main aspects of my study. First of all, vector testing protocol. We designed a vector testing protocol for specific grid services, peak shaving services. And the second, we evaluate lithium-ion batteries performance under the testing protocols, mostly focusing on capacity retention and efficiency. And third, we analyze battery degradation mechanism, which will be used to design better battery management system. So specific with the services that I focused on is food shaving, also known as energy arbitrage. The primary purpose of this service is to provide energy during peak energy demand hours. So let's look at these figures. This is energy demand as a function of time. Electricity demand is very low during night and increases during peak hours. Simply, we can store energy into the battery during night and then release electricity during peak hours. This is the concept of peak shaving. This peak shaving is emerging as a new technology. Its market size is substantial, offering a new avenue for making a profit. But there's a pressing need for standardization of the best vector testing protocol for these services. As far as I know, there are just 2 or 3 open, publicly accessible literature or data for these services. There are many reasons. So I'm trying to develop a testing protocol and test the lithium-ion batteries. And for that, I choose real-world data. This is a electricity load, average hourly electricity load in California during different seasons. Well, yellow colored lines are for summer with 1 peak a day. Red colors are for 4, and then blue colored lines are corresponding to winter with 2 peaks a day in the morning and evening. And we choose and force the study on summer. The right side figure the representative electricity price in California during summer. So price is relatively low during night and then it spiked in the evening. So simply, it is very straightforward. We can charge a battery when price is low and discharge it during peak hours, about 2 hours. It's very simple, but let's dive into it more. So, but I showed this electricity price in the previous slide, and based on this, we designed the charge and discharge profile like this. We can change it, we fix it discharge times 2 hours, and then change the charge times from 2 to 12 hours like this. 4-hour charge when price is low, or 1 hour plus 3 hours for a 4-hour charge, or 3 hours for a 6-hour charge. We do like it up to 12 hours. As a result, the expected revenue from these services decrease as charge time increase. In this case, we did not consider the battery degradation cost. It's considered only electricity costs. So in this, we can reduce charging times and give more profit. So we tested battery degradation under the condition, under these testing protocols. So we designed battery testing protocol based on this. So the state of charge range in this study from 20% to 80% for ensuring longevity of the batteries. And then we evaluate battery performance every 10 days using high precision photometer. Then this PS1 means 1 peak a day, and the CH means charge X times. So this PS1, CH2 means state of charge state at 20% for several hours and charge 2 hours, 80% state of charge state 8 hours, and then 12 discharge. In the same way, PS1 and CH6, 3-hour charge, and 2-hour discharge. And then also we tested calendar aging because lithium-ion batteries are known to degrade even when they are not being actively used for charge and discharge. So we tested calendar aging at different state of charge at 20, 50, and 80%. And then also we tested evaluate every 10 days. So aging 20 means at 20% state of charge calendar aging. State of charge profile looks like this for 10 days aging, and then evaluation cycle. Same for 50% and 80% state of charge. Now let's move on to battery. We choose commercialized battery from Samsung 32, and then size 18650, so 18 millimeter diameter, 65 meter height. Then the capacity is 3,000 here, and the positive electrode is known to be NMC, nickel manganese cobalt. And these are all the information provided from the vendor, and we don't know the battery inside. So we characterize this battery. We use X-ray CT and tomograph images here, and then X-ray transmission image at high resolution. So from this image, we could estimate the thickness of each component. Negative electrode combined with separate is estimated to be 7 micrometer. Those materials are carbon, so we cannot separate each other. And the positive electrode is 45 micrometer, and boys are 10 micrometer. And there's no impact. It's very good commercialized cell. And then we analyze each electrode using SEM and XPS. Positive electrode SEM image looks like this: small primary particle and then large secondary particle. Nickel, cobalt, manganese EDX imaging. But manganese sensitivity is quite low, so we couldn't analyze it using EDX. Anyway, with atomic ratio of nickel or cobalt is 80 to 20%. And the right side figure is a negative electrode SEM image with large particle size. And surprisingly, we found silicon, about 2% of silicon is mixed with carbon. And then second, we analyze it using XPS. for positive electrode in nickel, manganese, cobalt. As a result, we could estimate the atomic ratio of nickel, cobalt, and nickel, manganese, cobalt to be 8 to 9 to 7. So it means in any case, it has NMC 811 positive electrode. Now let's move on to the duration and testing result, focusing on the high difference. The left side figure discharging capacity for testing the batteries. The black colored symbols are for aging testing. Colored lines are for future duty cycles of batteries. As we can see, all the batteries discharge capacity start above 3 ampere hours. So it means this commercial line cell have very great recruitment stability. And the second, on the right side, graph shows capacity loss of time. The 20% of aging test shows preserved capacity loss about 1%, and it has limited amount of capacity loss at 50% of state of charge. On the other hand, at 80% of state of charge, capacity loss increases 3 times. Meanwhile, quick shaving services, quick shaving duty cycles at 1% of capacity loss on 80% state of charge calories. But the difference among these quick shaving testing protocols are not significant. So this duration testing usually indicate give us two important things. First of all, state of charge is much more impactful on capacity loss, and charging time is not a significant factor for capacity loss. And the second, we also take a look at the efficiencies. Voltage efficiency, Coulombic efficiency. Voltage efficiency generally, as you can see, it increases over time for 100 days. It means the electrical materials are being activated and optimized over time under these testing conditions. As a result, voltage increase gradually. And on the right side, Coulombic efficiency at the beginning of the life started with a similar Coulombic efficiency. However, and then they show the different Coulombic efficiency levels. And these levels are consistent over 100 days. This difference are because the Coulombic efficiency are generally known affected by the previous cycle, and then they are consistent for 100 days. So this efficiency metrics indicate is batteries effectively delivering energy over 100 days under the testing conditions. And then we also analyze battery degradation mechanism using incremental capacity. This is a technique identifying degradation mode under in situ condition. So if you see this y-side figure, this is incremental capacity over voltage, and there are 4 distinctive peaks, and each peaks are related to phase transitions of the positive electrode. Positive electrode phase transition may cause phase transitions under the testing conditions cause peak shift to higher voltage. And this shifting to higher voltage indicates conductive loads because of the resistance increase. On the other hand, peak intensity decrease and shift to higher voltage. It is indicating also resilient iron battery. And then P3 is consistent, and P4 is being activated. So electrical materials is being activated. So I summarize this conductivity loss and also primary inventory as a function of capacity loss. The left side conductivity loss. As you can see, all of this conductivity loss shows a consistent flows against capacity loss, except for this aging and 20% state of charge. And the right side figure also loss of lithium inventory slopes are consistent for the testing result. This means that the battery degradation mechanisms are consistent regardless of the testing protocols in this study. Now, to wrap up, let me summarize my study. I use Samsung Q cell with NXT8 monopositive electrode and graphite mixed with silicon negative electrode. And we developed a metal testing for real using the real world data from California during summer, and the charging time change varying from 2 to 12 hours, and then we were testing battery performance. We the testing for the results indicate high state of charge should be avoided for ensuring longevity of the battery, and then charging and discharging rates is not significant factor. And the battery degradation, degradation mechanisms are consistent for all the testing protocols. And then for the next step, we are going to test the batteries under constant power instead of constant current. This is, oh, sorry. In the industry, battery energy storage system use constant power, so we should study it on the constant power. And then we are gonna apply this strategy to different decisions, and I'm gonna stake on other grid services. I would like to acknowledge our school department and sponsor Equino and collaborator Liz and MIT Energy Initiative and my grant members and advisor Dr. Project. Thank you for listening. I'm happy to again. Jaesung.
I'm curious how you think the results would look different if you had a more complex battery architecture with multiple cells and you were able to optimize over those multiple cells for the performance of the battery unit. That's all.
You mean battery module or battery pack?
Yeah.
Battery module and packs performance are basically depends on the single cell in the pack with the most performance. So each battery pack or module will follow the worst battery in the pack.
Yeah, that's great work. I think even in California, you show the seasonal differences. So one question I have is like, what's the most efficient way to get, good predictive model? So have you thought about like in the future, like if you want to do the least amount of experiment, what would be a good way to be able to capture this different range of duty cycles?
Yeah, that's the hardest part. In my opinion, this is very hard in this study. As I said before, this basic vector testing protocols are designed using the real world data, but the real world data keeps changing every day. So making a prediction model will be very challenging at this point. We are collaborating with other simulation group, and at this point it's very hard. I'm not sure how to answer it.
Maybe using few networks and big data, so I really shout out. I think it's a really important. Right. Yeah, I just have this feel like that. So the last part of the session is from University of Geneva.